believe that leaders exist to serve the people. That's what I believe. So ethical leadership is at the core of any leader. Why? Because you will allow me later to calm down because I want to move around. Because ethical leadership is at the core of leadership and leaders who lead with purpose and integrity. We are at a time when the world, and even in Kenya, we are looking for leaders who can talk, who can walk the talk. We all know many times we have leaders who talk, but they do nothing. Sasa mimi, I have been telling the young people, instead of kuanguka nayo, tuinuke nayo. Because I'm also a preacher. And you know what's our power. So I've been telling people this idea of kuanguka nayo tuache. It's not leadership. Leaders wanainuka nayo. Tell your neighbor inuka nayo. I can see you are even doing like this. Yeah. So the world is looking for leaders who can walk the talk. And in leadership, you will face dilemmas every other time from an ethical point. And let me start by saying that as a leader, you don't just be intelligent. So it is important for us to understand in this room that today we are looking for leaders who are not just intelligent. We are looking for leaders who are wise. So don't just be intelligent, be wise. Why? Because intelligence means you have knowledge, you can think critically. And most of you, all of you here are very intelligent. That's why you are here. But how many of us are wise? Because an ethical leader must be wise. Meaning, they must do everything with the stakeholder in mind. They must do everything, every decision they make, if you are wise, you go beyond intelligence. You apply the knowledge that you have, and you have good judgment. So today the world is looking for wise leaders, but who are also intelligent. There's been a lot of talk, for example, about the funding model, right? I don't know what you think yourselves. But I've seen intelligent people saying how good this model is. Is it good? Is it good? But you see, a wise leader will go beyond the knowledge, beyond what you can see, and actually look at a wise person has foresight, has understanding of the long-term consequences of their decisions. It is easy to solve a problem as a leader now using a certain thing because you are intelligent. But a wise leader who is now an ethical leader must go beyond today. Yeah? So the world is looking. And ethical leaders are not just intelligent. That's the point of what they are not just intelligent, they are also wise. Number two, an ethical leader is not just strong, but compassionate. Leaders must be strong, yes. Leaders must be resilient, they must be determined. But an ethical leader goes beyond strength and they are compassionate. Meaning they have empathy. Meaning, they are kind. They are concerned about the well-being of others. As I continue, please ask yourself whether you are an ethical leader. Yes, we are all very strong, we are determined, we persevere, but are we compassionate? You need to be compassionate as a leader. You need to be concerned about other people's welfare. You need to be kind. Ask yourself today, if today we are doing what we are doing as comrades, are we being fair to each other? Number three, you must not just be successful, but you must be ethical. Because sometimes leaders are so, they really want to succeed in what they are doing, but are they succeeding in an ethical manner? It is one thing to have results, it's another thing to do it ethically. It is one thing to get a first class, it's another thing to get that first class because you read. And to succeed, equity equity comrades, as you succeed, you must succeed ethically. So it is not just enough to succeed. You must succeed ethically. So, what is ethical leadership about? I'm sure you've gone through leadership and you have been told that leadership is not a position. What is integrity? In 2 words, integrity is honoring your word. I'm sure you have been told that there's behaving the same inside and outside. Integrity is honoring your word. Integrity is keeping your word. An ethical leader exercises integrity. When they tell you they'll do something, they'll do it. I can do integrity for 2 days. Just talking about integrity, I will not finish the notes. But for now, just understand, if you are a person of integrity, you must honor your word. You must keep your word. And many of us lack integrity. Parents, we will tell you we are going to take you for swimming just to keep you quiet. We show up, we tell you nimeitwa na mkubwa, lakini nilijua tu sitakupeleka. Lack of integrity. Unaambiwa na girlfriend yako, are they around? Is your girlfriend around? Unamwambia mkutane hapo nje after this session. Unapotea for 1 hour, unakuja after 1 hour. Unamuuliza hadi huko nikojea for 10 minutes, you have no integrity. Mkisema tu ni tu. Are we together? Are we together? Ama nikuje huko? Nikuje huko? So the question is, do you exercise integrity? How often do you keep your word? It is part of ethical leadership, by the way. Because you cannot talk about ethical leadership without talking about integrity. Why do you want me to treat you like a wife and you are not doing wifely duties? Integrity is everything. Without integrity, nothing works. Please write that down, because that is my motto in life. Without integrity, nothing works. Even the seat you are sitting on is because it has integrity. That is why you are not falling. You know that? Oh yeah. Integrity, cars have integrity because they take you from point A to point B. So integrity is the foundation of ethical leadership. Even if I say nothing else, that is enough. And I'm saying some of those things because you're also my children. You know? Na ukipata mtu pelekea mama anajuaga mtu mzuri kutoka mbali. Now we are not going to get inside nyingine. Hapo anachangia too much. Now, you must be true to your principles irrespective of the challenges you face as a leader. Now, this is the application of integrity. You must be true to your principles irrespective of the challenges you face as a leader. You will face a lot of challenges, but you must be true to your principles. And you know there's a lot of peer pressure in the university. Is it true? You know, I've dealt with students for 11 years. In management and in class. There's a lot of peer pressure. Even some people are doing programs because they are under peer pressure. Unaambiwa usifanye hii kosi mzuri. So you must stick to your principles. You don't compromise your values. Biblically speaking, you do not sell your sonship, or you don't sell your birthright like Esau did to Jacob. It is lack of integrity. So you must not compromise your values for convenience or gain. That is what we call integrity in ethical leadership. People who never compromise their values, their principles, because of convenience. People who are honest in what they do, transparent in their communication, and consistent in their actions. Consistency is key in integrity. How consistent are you in your actions as a leader? When people look at you, are you the same person today, tomorrow? How consistent are you in the things that you do even as a leader? Shows whether you are a person of integrity. How honest are you? The other key thing about integrity is, if you are an ethical leader who exercises integrity, you admit your mistakes. You know, I have never understood why, especially Kenyans, I don't know whether you are there, other people are my sister, you are who? You are mimi ni wa mlima. Fanya kitu ingine yote mkomwachane na and proudly so. In fact, one time students think I'm from Mary because they say I'm not able to say go. So I used to tell them I can twang if I want, but I am so confident of who I am that I don't need to twang. Why do I need a or for what? You know, be who you are. Tell your neighbor, be who you are. Don't be somebody else. It's part of integrity. You know? I don't need to look like anybody else. I'm okay. Anyway, so we are saying, let's go back. So we are saying, if you have integrity as a leader, you must admit your mistake. You must also learn from your mistakes. An ethical leader acknowledges that they are wrong, which is very hard for Kenyans. Kenyans are good in blaming. Even Eve in the Garden of Eden, because I'm a preacher, when God asked Adam, what have you done? For those who read the Bible, I have said things that we don't go to church. What did Adam say? And when God asked him, Eve akasema, Inoka. Sasa joka ni hapo na hapo na joka angeblame nani? Yeah? Angeblame nani? Oh, Muti. Alisema hii Muti inakaa mzuri. An ethical leader acknowledges that they are not God, that they can make mistakes. But once you acknowledge you have made that mistake, you wake up and learn from your mistake and move on. You don't stay there. So integrity is very key in ethical leadership. Number 2 is responsibility. Responsibility. Ethical leaders take full responsibility of their actions. They take full responsibility of their actions and their decisions. So, ethical leaders will understand the impact of their decisions. When you make a decision, if you are a leader who is ethical, you don't blame nobody, nothing. Don't say that, in Kenya nothing happens unless you bribe. Don't bribe. Kenyans are very people. Even when the police stops you because Raisi anapita, unaanza kutoa 200 muongee, unamwambia mkubwa acha tuongee. Anakuuliza tunaongea nini? Si ni Raisi anapita. Imagine Kenyans, we need to change, don't you think? I'm of the opinion, people who are honest don't need to remember what they say. Because you are honest. But you know, when you lie, you have to keep covering the lie with another. So, you must be a responsible leader if you have to be an ethical leader. Basically, you must ensure that you are accountable. When things go wrong because they will, don't shift blame, be accountable. So, responsibility and accountability goes together. Number 3 is empathy. Ethical leaders are empathetic people. So I expect the leaders seated here today to be empathetic. They must understand and share the feelings of other people, of other students. What are their, what are their concerns? What are their needs? Put yourself in their shoes. your leaders. You know, we have taken it in Kenya sometimes, like leaders are supposed to be worshipped, leaders are supposed to, you know, watu wakipita unaenda kando. Have you seen some leaders don't even greet people? I've never understood that bit. I thought we are the employer. When did the employers become the people who should be, huko chini na sisi tunaenda na bodyguards? We are the employer. You know? So we need to change our mindset. Ethical leaders, they don't dwell on positions. People respect them because they influence them positively. There are people today who are leaders because they hold a position. They do what they do because they have that position. The day that position goes, they can't even tell anybody anywhere. They are like, "Siuliacha kiti." But there are people who hold no position and they are leaders. Okay? Empathy. What is fairness? Fairness. You need to treat people equally with respect. Treat people equally with respect. And not favoritism, use merit. Because you are representing many other people. Be fair. When there are opportunities, be fair. Don't say, "We see Rabiki yako simpi ngo."